Who's ready for some friggin' chaos today, huh? If you weren't, you wouldn't be here, right? This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. Often imitated, never duplicated. Got a good one today. Gonna march a lot of people through the show. And it's gonna be wild and it's gonna be crazy. Wild. Yay. What's up, Philip? Flint, Michigan, in the house. Rich Zoller, come on now. Lou Riz, what's happening, brother? Everybody, James Hollis, what's up, DD? Anthony Green, RS. The gang's all here. You know? What can I tell you? Ray Hogan, what's the problem, Ray? I'm off to work, but wanted to wish everyone a good show. Looking forward to seeing everyone in Albany. All right. Get to work. Hey, Johanna. How are you, hon? I hope you're well. Lori Dawn. All right. Big influx of women all of a sudden. Okay. Good. Debo DePro. What do you say? Chris Hoffman. All right. Enough of this idle chit-chat. Let's bring the one, the only hardcore shutterbug.
Hey.
What's going on?
What's happening?
Why are you not working and on this show?
Well, I am working and I'm on the show.
Right. Technically, why I am working.
I'm multitasking. It's Wednesday is my multitasking day.
Yeah. Kind of brisk out there, huh?
Yeah, no, it's getting it. Listen, it's January. I'm ready for it, you know? I'm ready for it.
You know what I want to do one year? I want to jump in the water at Coney Island on New Year's Day.
Oh, like the Polar Bears Club.
Yo, I got to do that once. You know,
we should do that on the show. Like literally, film you doing that.
You know, it's funny because Mark Levine called me yesterday, my oldest childhood friend, and he said, "Yo, we got to do that." And I said, "You know what? I was thinking the same thing. Let's do that one of these years."
It's probably amazing. People do those cold plunges now. It's probably like revitalizing, you know?
A lot of people do that, actually. A lot of people are into that.
I'd do that. I would definitely do that.
How was your New Year's?
New Year's wasn't bad. Honestly, I kind of count my Friday night as my New Year's because by the time New Year's hit, I was like ready to rest a little bit. It was a crazy weekend. I
guess this was sort of like our New Year's, right?
Oh, for sure.
This bit here?
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. Yes, this is in fact what a show this was. This is a band I doubt anyone's gonna get this. These guys are brand new.
Well, wait. You know what? I bet someone will get it if I put up this. Wait, hold on. I got a picture.
I know someone who will get it because I know he just popped on. So
where's that shot of me and him?
Yes, I just sent you that.
Yeah, here it is. Here's a shot of me and that night.
Yep.
Me and the guitar player of said band, right? Anybody know who this is?
If you don't, you're watching the wrong show, I think.
Anybody? Name that guitar dude.
He's been in a couple of decent bands, you know.
In a couple bands. He was in a band called Judge. He was in a band called Youth of Today. You know. So
yo. Yeah, this was John.
That's John Purcelli, otherwise known as Purcell. Yep. So tell us about what's happening here.
I gotta say this. We'll go back to that other shot. I really enjoyed this band. This is his brand new band. I believe this was their first show, as a matter of fact.
Was it?
And yes, I think it was. I think this was their actual debut show, and the name of the band is Values Here, and featuring I believe her name is Chewy, and great like melodic, kind of more like on the punk side. Catchy, really good songs. Like I've been listening to the record all weekend actually since then. And obviously that was our friend Eugene jumping up on stage because he really was the master of ceremonies for the whole week. And They were a lot of fun, and it just shows you. I love the fact that like all of his bands have like a diversity to them. Like he doesn't play. Like he's not doing the same thing in all his bands. And that's true. They did end with a Dag Nasty song, Values Here, as a matter of fact.
You know what? I want to say this about John Purcelli. Out of all those dudes, all those sort of, I'm a generation before them, right? Out of all those guys, there's that sort of Youth of Today crew, Youth Crew, Straight Edge guys. He's one of my favorite guys of that pack. He has New York hardcore in his heart. He's a really passionate guy, and I've always liked Purcell. He's a really, really special individual. He's a great guy, really great guy.
Definitely. And we had a blast, and obviously it was great keeping up with the tradition now 2 years in a row. Got to see you guys,
Yeah, well, these guys headlined, right?
Oh my God, I think they're still playing right now. As a matter of fact, the energy level of this band and of this guy in particular, is off the charts. Like Eugene is like the Energizer Bunny.
Yep.
He's
a great guy. He's a special character,
and he truly loves being a part of the scene, and he's a champion. He's a champion of the scene.
Yeah, look who else was at the show. Kate from the Pogues, who did a stint in the Drew Stone Hit Squad.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And it's just such a fun night. I mean, I love that. I love this whole week whenever this happens, and just everybody came out. Like so many of our friends were there, and and you guys were great. It's again second year in a row. Exact date, in fact.
Looking for the shot of us. I know there's a shot somewhere.
Oh, it's in there. It was in there with those ones.
Here it is. I got it. It's a good shot, actually.
Oh, thanks.
This one kind of says, "Listen, we smushed it, man. There you go."
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
You know what? It just it was a blast. It was just a fun day, and those are the shows that like after that I was like, I'm gonna take the rest of the weekend easy.
Yo, Larry Kelly. Yeah. Okay, Larry. Here we go. Larry Kelly went to all 5 shows.
Yeah, Larry Kelly the wolf is committed.
Bro, 5 shows, and Go-Go Bordello plays for 2 hours.
That's 10 hours of Go-Go Bordello.
I'd fucking throw myself off the Brooklyn Bridge. God, that was Brooklyn. That was RS. That was Brooklyn Bowl.
Yep.
Big venue called Brooklyn Bowl here in
Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn.
It was great.
I'm looking for this one particular shot. Here it is. Hold on. Here it is. Yeah, this is a cool shot. This who took this? John Huntington took this shot. This one says this is the kind of good time we had on the a couple days ago right here. There you go.
Yep. Oh, nice. Oh, that's a good one.
Yep. Yeah, it's good.
I love it. Yeah. It was great. Like, just such a blast, and what a fun group of people that just like everyone is there to jump up and down and drink and just have a great time, and
it's a great venue, and I got to say this about Eugene Hutz. Eugene Hutz from Go-Go Bordello. That dude does more for supporting New York hardcore bands than about 90% of the people that are out there talking about support the scene and blah 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 blah, and how back in the day and all that. This dude's actually supporting bands, putting bands on the bill, coming to shows. That dude has New York hardcore in his heart.
Oh yeah. And I love that he did the acoustic Victim in Pain again the other night too.
Yeah, and he played. Vinny Stigma. Yeah. Vinny Stigma got up with them on Oh, Aaron Collins was at the show the other night. Yeah.
Yeah, Vinny was there, I think, the night before.
No, he was there New Year's also.
Oh, he was.
And
Okay.
they
I didn't see
they
that
did
one.
Crucified with him on New Year's.
Oh, nice.
What neighborhood in Brooklyn? I don't know what that is. That's I don't know what neighborhood that is in Brooklyn. Dumbo? No, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so it's all good in the hood.
Absolutely.
And thank you for your patronage. And don't work too hard.
I'm going to try.
And yo, we'll see you
Sunday.
Yeah, hold on. I'll talk about this later, but we're playing Sunday, right? At St. Vitus.
Look at this. This is a great lineup, too.
Yeah, this Sunday we're playing at St. Vitus in direct support for verbal assault. And the Hope and the Exfoliants are on the bill. So,
Davey Gunner, always a pleasure.
All right, I'll talk to you in a bit, man. Peace. That's right. The Hardcore Shutterbug. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. And we are sponsored by New York Hardcore Comics, The Organic Grill, The Texas Silver Rush, DTFM Vinyl Distro, Generation Records, Upstate Records, and 126 Hardcore Clothing. They're a streetwear brand for restless individuals who don't compromise. They're about being positive, spontaneous, and true to yourself. For years, they experimented with several printing methods and materials and collaborated with a large number of designers and illustrators, always giving room for fresh perspectives while retaining the hardcore attitude. Get in touch with them. Ramp up your weak-ass clothing game at www.126clothing.com. That said, let's clear the deck. Let's get this circus on the road with our first guest. Clear the way. Here we go. Our first guest is a musician and promoter hailing from Albany, New York. As a musician, he is known for his work with the band Brick by Brick. As a promoter, he's the driving force behind Upstate Black and Blue. He is also the creator of the Extreme Music Awards that is taking place in Albany at Empire Live on Saturday, January 13th. Please welcome, coming back to the show, hailing from upstate New York, Mr. Mike Valente. Hey, man.
Hey.
Here we go. Here we go with the bad connection. How you doing?
Going on.
Hey, you're a little choppy there. Never fails with you upstate guys, man. Never ever fails. You're right out of the gate. But can you hear me okay? It's going to be one of those days. You know what? When in doubt, let's see what happens. If he doesn't come back strong, I'm bringing in the next guy, and I'm gonna keep it moving. Something about these upstate guys, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I know, right? Let's see what he said. What are you laughing at, Riley? Hey, there you go.
There I am. Jesus Christ! I gotta do this shit on my phone because I don't have a fucking laptop. But anyway.
But now you're clear and right and perfect. So there you go.
Get it? I don't get it. I'm like sitting.
Were you on the phone? Were you on the phone the first time? Or
yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
All right. Let's give it a shot, man. All right. Let's give it a shot and see what happens. Are you excited? About this event? I mean, I'm going to bring on your co-conspirators, but tell me about what inspired you to put this thing together.
Well, I got to tell you, it's like this has been like a long time coming. ever since Jethro Tull won Best Heavy Metal back in 1990 or whatever the hell it was. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? But it's just been year and year in and out of just extreme music just getting brushed off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the mainstream stuff gets some attention, but the underground stuff just nobody pays attention, and it's really deplorable. I mean, you're talking about people that invented genres, that have invented a way of life and a culture that are getting ignored.
Mm-hmm.
And the culmination of it is Brick by Brick was nominated for a local award by this other event that was going on. And I went to the event. I was excited. I was like, oh, this is cool. We're getting recognized, you know? And then we were put in the best hardcore punk category, which we don't belong in hardcore punk. We're a metal band. We're a little bit crossover in the hardcore, but not hardcore punk. So I was like, okay, then whatever. Well, I'm just going to go. We're going to have some fun with this. And then I noticed that the other bands that we were up against did not belong in the genre. I'm just like, and one of them was a glam metal band. Another one was a punk band. One was a garage band, and one was a beatdown band. And I'm like, this just doesn't make sense. And the band that won was a garage band. They were like it reminded me of the '90s Seattle scene, and I was just like, oh Jesus. So I was just like, you know what? Nobody's paying attention. It's like they're just lumping all this shit together, and oh yeah, we're paying attention to metal.
You're breaking up. I'm losing you a little bit.
So many, you know what? I think we're just scratching. God. All right.
Oh wait, no, you're back. You came back strong. You came back strong.
I'm gonna try and come outside of my office. Maybe it's the connection in there.
No, but you're back strong though. Go ahead.
So I just, like I said, everything is just getting overlooked or lumped into a vague category. And I just figured, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start off with, recognizing the 518 and surrounding areas. These bands do a lot of work, and they're not recognized the way they should be, in my opinion. So I gave Ralph Rena a call, and I said, this is the idea I have. And he's like, oh, it's a good idea. And then it just kind of spun out of control.
Yeah. When you first told me about it and I saw what you guys were doing, I loved it, man. I was all in because, you're not waiting for a fucking handout. You're not waiting for, we've learned, guys like you and me, just get up, get out, and make it fucking happen. Don't expect anybody to make something. You want your band to play a show? Go set up a show somewhere. You want to do you want to do an award show? Set it up. And as soon as I heard you were doing it, I thought it was awesome. Because you have the power of inertia up there with everything you've done and all the black and blue stuff to make it happen. And you've made this thing happen in a really big way. And I commend you for it.
Well, I appreciate the accolades, but it's not just me. I got a whole team behind me on this one. I had to wrangle other people in to share the blame,
Yeah. Hey, want to shout out Alan Robert from Life of Agony. What's up, Al?
Yeah, what up, Al?
Hope you're well, buddy. Let's bring on next up of your cohorts, because this was a bit of a group effort, right? For you to, and you have a great team together. Our next guest is a musician and radio DJ hailing from the jewel of upstate Troy, New York. He started his journey in radio, predominantly bringing local music to the forefront of his playlist. Over the past 35 years in broadcasting, he has stood by his mission statement, I am what I do, a musician supporting musicians. Please welcome the host of Ralph Rena's Capital Radio Underground, currently heard on 93.9 WABY. Here we go, Mr. Ralph Rena. Hey, man.
Holy moly intro. Thank you very much. Wow.
Hi, buddy. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Coffee's full. Thanks for having us on, man. This is awesome.
Hey, man, like I said to Valente, I'm backing it, man. I'm backing it. I want to see it do well. You guys deserve it. You know, you're not asking for a handout. You're making it fucking happen. So, how did it come into your orbit, Ralph?
We went to the award show, and Valenti was there, and I was there, and they nominated all these bands, not just Brick by Brick, but so many bands. And our scene came out in full force and made their award show a success, and everybody lost. I mean, shake things up a little bit. You know, I'm going to call this award show out. The people that are on the panel are the fucking people winning the awards. Valenti's not eligible for an Extreme Music Award. I'm not eligible for an Extreme Music Award. Nobody of the five of us are eligible. So right there, fair is fair, right? So we felt something needed to be done. Mike came to me with the idea. And at first I was like, okay. And then we just started talking, and it snowballed from there. And you said something very important. We're the kind of people that do it ourselves. I didn't really know what DIY meant until years later. But when I was 18 and 19, and when I met Mike, I was handing him a flyer. He was handing me a flyer for our bands and the bands we were working with. And we did it ourselves. There was no internet, and we had to do it that way. And if no one's going to help you and no one's going to do it for you, then you should do it yourself. And Mike Valenti's always done that. I've always done that. And when we asked for people to sponsor this show, they were throwing money at us, right, Mike? And they wanted to be part of it. They wanted to be part of what we're doing. So that just drove us even harder to just keep going and going and going and going. And here's where we're at with the whole thing. And it's still every day he calls me and he's like, dude, guess what just happened? And it's like every day something's happening. So, and for all of these are our idols too. I admire Mark Rizzo. I admire Sal from Sworn Enemy. I admire Mike Score. They're my friends, some of these guys. Agnostic Front, Murphy's Law, Lars from Rancid. Gary Holt's going to be handing some kid his fucking award. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's amazing. And that's what I'm getting off on. And how I can't wait to look at that winner and how excited they are, and their hero is handing them an award. That's really what does it for me. I don't care. I'm not eligible. I want to see someone else win.
Absolutely. Hey, let's bring another one of your cohorts on.
Do it.
Our next guest has been around the music scene and music media for almost 30 years. He's done over 100 interviews with both local and national artists. He is the host of that Fuzzing Rock show that airs live Thursday nights at 7 p.m. East Coast time. Please welcome the one, the only, Fuzz. Hey, man.
Drew, thank you for having me on, man. I definitely appreciate it for sure, my brother.
Yeah. So Fuzz, wow, exciting. Tell us about, how you came to get involved with this crew.
I think, I talked to Ralph about it, and Mike had called me. And he said, "Listen, we're doing this thing. It's going to be cool." He explained to me what was going on. He's like, "What do you think?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't know." He goes, "Too fucking bad you're in." So, so in I come, it's true. So the awards show that we were just talking about earlier, and I was on the panel last year, shook it up a little bit and kind of got some guys in the mix and tried to put them where they belong. But they're just, and I doubt I'm going to be on the board this year after what I'm about to say, but they're just so out of touch with parts of the scene. And Ralph was right. Their friends get the awards. Yeah. And it's not right. It's not right. And
bullshit.
So I guess Mike's vision is
sounds like Hollywood.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Mike's vision is that these guys should not only should be recognized, but they shouldn't be overlooked. They should be in the correct shouldn't be miscategorized. They should be where they belong and get recognized for the genre of music that they do. And I think we covered all that in the awards show for sure.
Yeah. And Mike, I brought up to Mike, I was like, we should talk to our friend Art Fredette from Experience Monthly and Radio X. They're like our village voice. They're our local music online station. They already do a different type of an award show, but we should bring him in on this because he already did this. We're going to do something where we might need his help because he's already done it. And then the last key, and this is Art. He couldn't make it today, but Brendan, I was like, you know what? This guy is contributing, and I didn't even know Brendan's resume. Brendan has a resume just as long as ours. And at first I thought I was talking to a kid by text, but he's actually my age, and he's got a pretty big resume, like the three of us, the four of us do. So
let's bring him on.
Yeah,
please
absolutely.
Please welcome an award-winning journalist, screenwriter, and marketer with deep entertainment experience on both coasts. He's a lifelong musician and the creative force behind 518scene.com for all things cool in upstate New York. Please welcome Mr. Brendan Manley. Hey, man.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Hey, I want to apologize. I want to apologize if anybody hears any grinding. They're right outside my window, sandblasting the outside of my building. So I'm not sure if you guys are hearing any of that shit, but yeah. So what's happening, Brendan?
Everything, guys. I mean, it's we're getting to the end of the road here. It's a very exciting time for everybody. I'm assuming, right?
How did you get involved with these guys?
Well, I launched 518 Scene a couple of years ago after the pandemic kind of ended and shows started happening again in the 518 area. There was just so much going on, but none of it really focused on heavy music, whatever flavor of it you wanted to talk about. And I kind of thought it was a great opportunity to tell everybody what was going on in the local scene and give the 518 bands, I guess, the same kind of quality of coverage that you would get from a national magazine. I worked at Alternative Press for 10 years and took a break from that to do some stuff. And then after the pandemic, found my way back into music again. And I just felt like these bands deserve more, whether it's a great photographer shooting their show or, a great interview or just a place where the user and the fan can go to the website and see kind of all the shows happening in the 518 at once. I think you're muted.
We can't hear you, Drew.
Sorry, my bad.
There we go.
I'm like muting myself in between the
my connection.
So, yeah, no, that was me. Let's do this, fellas. Let's kind of walk through the before we bring on some special guests. We're going to talk about the award show, but actually before the award show, the day before the award show is the Extreme Music Awards pre-party, which is happening in the same venue, but downstairs, and that's with. Maybe you want to let us know who's playing. Mike, who's in? What's happening?
Yeah, absolutely. So, what kind of award show doesn't have a cool pre-party? So there's so many bands in the 518 that really support the scene and really come to all the shows. And I just put this bill together. It's a little bit mixed. It's got different genres of metal. I mean, we got some thrash. We got some hardcore, we got black metal, we got, a little bit of death metal and beat down and progressive in this whole mix of all these bands. And I know there's 8 bands and everybody's like, oh my God, but everybody's just going to do a 20-minute set, keep it moving. Everybody's going to share gear. So it'll be really, it'll be like a normal show, but all these bands really do a lot for the scene up there. And they don't get recognized as well as they should. And, I wanted to put together a mixed bill that would just kind of tie everything together. And I think pretty much every single band, except for the first 3, are nominated. So, I mean, it's going to be all around a really great time. And everybody's just, it's more, for me, these shows are more about the camaraderie and the vibe. the music's great and it's always top notch, but it's like a little family reunion every weekend when I book these shows. So this is how I go out, and this is how I celebrate. Whatever, just being involved, So
and this is really, I mean, this is really sort of the the pre-bash. I mean, everyone's going to kind of be coming in that night and all that, right?
Yep. I got Gary Holt. There's a few people that are going to be arriving on that Friday. So, they said they're going to come out and hang out and just mingle. Just be a fan for once.
Anybody, Ralph? Anybody? Any Fuzz? Anybody you're really looking forward to seeing?
I'm looking forward to seeing Extinction AD. I'm looking forward to seeing Brick by Brick in that club, because the last time I saw Brick by Brick, it was a fiasco. And sometimes when you're pissed off on stage, it can work against you or for you. I think it worked for them, but I want to see them because we were playing in this big hall. But anyway, I want to see Brick by Brick, and of course you guys, who the new record's great. Incendiary Device. I have not seen Malefic since a year ago, and there's a few of these other bands I've never seen. Confinement, Violence, and Hate the Adversary, but I have seen Phoenix and the Raven. So yeah, Extinction AD and you guys are like the 1-2 bands I want to check out. The out of towners,
we're playing. We're playing the the 20-minute Ramones set, right?
That's all right. That's
like
rock.
I used to say, the Ramones used to play for 19 minutes. But nobody ever complained.
No.
So right, Mike. So we're gonna come out. We're gonna come out, and it's just gonna be
sweet. Keep it short and sweet, and keep it moving. That's my philosophy.
8 bands, man. So everybody's going to be playing 20, 30 minutes. So,
man.
So that's really cool. I'm excited for it. It's going to be one hell of a weekend.
Yeah, and let me explain. Someone's asking when and where is this show? Well, this pre-show is January 12th. It is at Empire Underground, which is the downstairs venue from where the actual award show is happening the next day, upstairs in the big room at Empire Live, a room I've yet to be in. So I'm looking forward to get it. Don from Cropsy says, "Hate the Adversary, good shit."
Yep, so, great band.
Yeah. So that's that. And then, the next day, of course, is, hold on, let me just.
I can't believe we're 2 weeks away. I was just saying it on the phone with Mike this morning. I can't believe we're 2 weeks away. Less than 2 weeks. It's amazing. April 30th, we had this conversation, and then it just grew from there.
And so, here is the big banger, which is the day after, which is happening on the 13th of January in the big room. It is the Extreme Music Awards, and I'm gonna read it out a little bit, just real quick, with guest appearances by Gary Holt of Slayer and Exodus, Bobby Blitz. You know what? Hold on.
Go ahead and mute it. Yeah, I hear
Ralph,
that noise.
Ralph,
I got you.
Ralph, you cover.
All right. So Gary Holt of Slayer and Exodus, Bobby Blitz of Overkill, Sal, and I guess Sal's going to bring some friends too from Sworn Enemy. We have some people coming in via satellite, as we like to say. Lars from Rancid, and a few other surprises. There's a lot of surprises and things we haven't announced here. Of course, Mike and Ray from Brick by Brick. Drew, you're going to be giving away, the best video award. Danny from Biohazard's going to be there giving away the best metalcore award. And it goes on and on, man. The info's out there. I don't know. Who did we forget? I don't want to forget anybody. Gallo and Stigma from Agnostic Front.
We're going to go through that whole bit.
Yep. But the main thing here is the sponsors too, and we're not going to read them off because we tag everybody in the Facebook. But Motor Mountain Off-Road came to bat, and then of course Upstate Records came to bat, and then Tragedy came to bat with the Fuse Box, and then Make Your Mark Tattoo, and then they just started coming at us like, we want to be a part of this. And we weren't charging tens of thousands of dollars, but we definitely we acquired a really good budget to work with to be able to pay for this thing, for the expenses it's going to cost. And Mike's like, he's the accountant. He's handling all the business. He'll call me and be like, hey, we got $47 left. I'm good. Spend it. I think Mike can handle more of that part of it, though. And that's the exciting part. The sponsors that made it possible to put this on, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, I gotta jump in too that I was tasked with building the voting mechanism and everything, so I got to see kind of the voting in real time, and it was really exciting to sort of see the votes come rolling in and see, you know, who the front runners were, and then kind of see the whole process go from start to finish, and then come up with actual nominees, and then come up with the actual winners. That part of it was really cool too. Got to throw that out there, and I think that we handled it as a group in a way that I'm proud of personally. I mean, I can speak for the other guys, I think, on this one, that we're all pretty proud of how we handled it. We wanted to make it legit and make sure that people weren't stuffing the box with ballots and, you know, all kinds of other ways of manipulating it.
And let me ask, Mike, the voting in the bands, it's really 518 representing here. So a band like down in Brooklyn or New York City band isn't really in the running for this particular, right? How did you handle that?
What we did is we did the 518 and surrounding areas. So we have a lot of bands from Western Mass, which is only 45 minutes from us. So, you know, they play Albany more than they do Western Mass. So we let them in. There was a band from Utica, I believe, that, you know, we allowed them to come through.
Sure.
There was a band down near the Poughkeepsie area that we allowed to come up. There were some nominations for bands from New York City, but they're not up here grinding and selling tickets and putting asses in the seat. So, you know, we just kept it to pretty much like the immediate family, I guess you could say.
Right.
Yeah.
Western Mass, we get a lot of Western Mass too.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of sort of interaction with you guys when the votes came in as to, you know, this there must have been, right? I mean, that's a thankless task.
Mike gave us Christmas off. He didn't call us on Christmas.
Yeah, right.
Usually it's 3-4 phone calls a day, and I don't mind. Believe me, I don't mind, because it's exciting for us. And back to saying what Brendan was saying, we each kind of was like, all right, which guy's doing more? We all kind of brought a lot of different things to the table. You know, Brendan handled a lot of the tech stuff. You know, I'm the promo guy. Now I'm getting to play the bands on the radio because that just came a couple weeks ago. This was not, you know, and in the Extreme Music Awards fits right along with what we're doing, playing metal and stuff. So I get to play these bands. Mike gets to book them. Sure. Fuzz is bringing them in for interviews. Brendan's covering them. Radio X and Experience Monthly is writing about these bands, and they're also playing them on their stage. So, you know, and to be able to take 5 of us, because one of us could have done this on our own and promoted it, and it would have been just as exciting, but it wouldn't have been as much fun without the 5 of us. And, you know, of course, Fuzz, Art, and Mike and myself have been friends 35 years. Art Fredette, Mike and I, we've known him just as long. Fuzz, Brendan, and myself are all new friends, but I feel tight with these guys. And this is just the beginning of what we're about to do, because Extreme Music Awards 2025. That's it. I'm done.
That's it.
I'm excited, and it's DIY all the way, man. I think we're all on the same mission.
Right. So let's bring on one of the presenters, who has been on this show before, and he is presenting the award for Best Progressive / Math Metal. Is that correct?
Get out your calculators.
Best Progressive Math. Big supporter of the show. One of my favorite heavy guitar players out there, formerly of Soulfly, currently of Il Nino, Mr. Mark Rizzo. Yes, brother.
Give it up. We don't do this for everybody, Mark, but we're going to do that for you right now.
How are you, buddy?
See you guys. Good to be here.
Yep.
Good to see you. Hold on, let me put up your mic a little bit so we can.
I still have you in my phone as Marcus the Impaler.
Playing in the Misfits for a minute. Jerry only said, "Kid, what do you want to be called?" I said, "Marcus the Impaler."
So Riz, best progressive math metal, huh?
Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense, right? Since I'm a
Yeah.
guitar, I'll take it.
Yeah. Just bring us up to speed. How are you doing these days? What's the latest in the world of Riz?
Good. I'm home right now from the road. El Nino. We had a really good tour with Cradle of Filth. We're putting up our new record. I have my new project, Revenge Beast, which just came out on Upstate Records, which is just like crazy death metal stuff. And I'm working on my new solo record. So I'm just been home for the holidays, chilling.
I'm sorry. Home for the holidays. Yeah, like everybody else.
Yeah.
And cool. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the ball field. Hey, how did hey Mike, when was there any sort of process in sort of reaching out to guys like Riz to come up to come and do the award show? Like, what went into that?
Well, I mean, I started the first out to was Gary Holt, and I got his contact information and hit him up, and he said yes, and I was just like, oh wow, I didn't know. I don't think I was ready for him to say yes.
Neither was I.
Okay, well, all right, we got Gary Holt under our belt. That's cool.
Right.
So the next person that popped into my mind, because when we were starting to sift through all these ideas of categories, and I'm like, I remember progressive and math metal. I'm like, you know what? That's such an odd genre. You got bands like Dillinger Escape Plan and, Meshuggah. I mean, that to me, that's, what we're talking about. All those offbeat. And I'm like thinking, and first person that popped in my head was Mark. And I'm like, you know what? This guy can play anything on guitar. And I sit there and I just watch and envy all the shit that he does between the flamenco guitar shit and the playing guitar and for the Cavalera brothers and all that stuff. It's just, I'm like, wow. I said, you know what? And he gets all the mathematical parts of guitar.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? He's going to be a great presenter for this. I said, yeah. And I'm like, I can't think of anybody else that would really fit that. And, a lot of the genres I matched up with the people to do it, but we had so many people say yes. Like I sent out a lot of, I threw my fish hooks out in the water and all the fish, but, they all bit. And I'm like, oh, okay. And, I mean, I got.
What do I do?
I know. I was just like, okay, well, we got everything's filled. And I'm like, this is great. And, and there's a couple of presenters that aren't really presenting the category that they're known for, but you know what? They got experience one way or another with all sorts of these genres. So there's no wrong answer. So
yeah,
started throwing it out there, and like Mark was like the second person I thought of, and then it went from there. And I'm like, well, and I'm like, oh, we got hardcore. Well, I got to reach out to Stigma. I got to reach out to.
Let's walk through this. Let's walk through this a little bit. I'll read them out. And you kind of you tell us who's presenting. Okay, let's do this. So the Extreme Music Awards 2024 categories and the nominees, but who's presenting it? So who's presenting best death metal band?
I got Chris Pervelis and Kyle Eddy from Internal Bleeding.
Ooh.
Right on, good one. Best black metal band.
Mike Score from All Out War.
Yep.
Hey, that rhymed. But a lot of people don't know that Mike Score is in a black metal band too.
Yeah. Best doom goth stoner band.
Matt Byrne from Hatebreed.
Good one. Best power metal band.
Power metal and best metal. We kind of combine the genres because they do get pretty vague.
Yeah.
So we just kind of, I mean, we could dissect the word metal all day and come up with 50 different genres, but we limited it. But that's none other than Gary Holt.
Right on. And of course, best progressive math metal band is the one and the only, Riz is doing that one. So Mark Rizzo doing that. I like this one. Best hair, glam, sleaze metal band. Good category.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a demand for that stuff, and just because there might be hairspray and it doesn't eliminate the punk rock attitude out of it,
That's
so
right.
we got our buddy Nick Grind is his name, stage name, but he was in a band called Lethal Lipstick back in the late
sure.
and
Sure.
early, and those dudes, they brought that punk rock, early Motley Crue, kick-ass attitude to what they were playing. So I figured that he would be a great candidate for that.
Right on. Best thrash metal band.
We're going back to Gary Holt. I got to get my money's worth out of him.
Yeah. Best grindcore band.
We got Sal from Sworn Enemy. Well, it's going to be Sal, Jeff, and Pooch. From
You know what? Let's take advantage of this opportunity.
Bring the boy on, man.
Let's take this advantage to bring on Sal from Sworn Enemy. Brother!
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Here's
What's
a story of a band named Sworn Enemy.
What's up, Sally?
What's going on, Drew? What's up, fellas? How's everybody doing, man? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Good to see you. Hey, tell us, bring us up to speed. What's the latest on Sal, Sworn Enemy? What are you guys up to?
Nothing. Taking a break.
Yeah.
Relaxing right now. Enjoying a little time off, for good behavior. But we got some stuff coming up in the new year. Got a couple of tours lined up.
Mr. Cotter, March 9th.
March 9th,
playing upstate.
Yeah, upstate with Underdog and
that is
Jacket.
Yes. March 9th. I think that might actually be our first. Is that our first show of the new year? Yeah, most likely. I think it is.
What?
Good. And how did you get involved with this? Or go ahead.
Mike gave me a text at like 6:30 in the morning. Says, "Hey, you want to be a presenter for an award?" And I said, "Yeah, of course, man. That'd be great." And he said, "Cool. I'll send you the information." Still waiting for that though.
It's coming. Don't worry. We got it.
I'm fucking with you, Mike.
Magic.
At least you know this, Sal. It's not just Mike. There's 3 other guys other than Mike that are involved in this. So chances are it's going to happen.
Yeah,
absolutely.
There's 4 of us, and there's lots of spell checks and errors and
Yeah.
edits, and none of us are perfect, man. We just all got the same.
Listen, guys,
Same
I just
feeling.
appreciate it.
We appreciate you
being a part of that, man.
Yep.
It's going to be a really fucking awesome night, and I can't wait.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's you guys put a really good team together, and there's a real high level of excitement for this thing, and it's really great for downtown Albany.
Drew, you were saying earlier when we were off camera that you were going to go out to dinner with your girl and some friends when you come upstate, but we have Crossroads American Grill. Actually, they're giving us enough food to feed all of you dinner the night of the award show. So save your fucking appetite, save your gift cards, because we're bringing in some food to take care of everybody and to take care of all the presenters. Yeah, you're going to be getting fed. Come on, I'm fucking Italian.
Here, honey, take back these. Take back these 2 Red Lobster gift cards.
Hold them. Put them in the drawer.
We're not going to need them.
Put them in the drawer. Is there no Red Lobster down near you? Is it just upstate? No.
The only Red Lobster here is in Times Square, and we're not going to Times Square for shit right now.
Fuck that.
There's a Times Square on Long Island. I mean, not Times Square. There's a Red Lobster on Long Island.
The 50s, you get 40 a piece for them.
Yeah. Cody says Sal's accent makes Drew sound like he ain't even from New York. Right on.
People think we talk funny up here too.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't get New York. They don't get upstate. They don't get New York City. We all get each other.
And Ralph, like you said, like the circus is basically staying at the hotel right across. What is that? I'm staying there. That's the downtown Hilton or Hyatt?
Yeah, Mike, you could handle this, but I guess the club's got some kind of deal there too. So the rooms, we're just gonna have to warn them. But we're friends with everybody up here.
Shit,
It should be fun. I might get a room too. I'm too tired to drive 11 minutes over the bridge. I might get a room too. Yeah, it just sounds like we'll be beat by that time.
You know what's best about things like this, and Sal and Mark, you could probably relate to it. It's like touring is great, and like doing, but the real magic moments are like when you go down for breakfast at 9 a.m. and you bump into like Phil Demmel, and you're like, you sit down and have breakfast with a guy like, this is just, for me, that's the great currency when you do something like this. It's like, hey, Gary Holt, what are those your waffles that are in the thing there? Like, hey, let's sit down and bullshit a minute. Like, right, Rizzo? A lot of that stuff. Yeah?
Yeah. Great to run into people, have some coffee in the morning. So,
the best breakfast I ever had was with Bobby Hamble when we were on tour with Biohazard in Canada, wearing his fucking leather trench coat, sunglasses, do-rag, and leather cap, ordering fucking crepes. I want some fucking crepes over here.
Listen, Bobby Hamble is an early morning guy, and I'm an early morning guy.
Yep.
So even when I was just with those guys fairly recently, I'm up at 7 a.m.
Yep.
So is Bobby Hamble. So there's always that first hour of every day spent with Bobby Hamble. So that's great. Let's continue on before I take a sponsor break. Let's do a couple more. Where were we?
Next we got best metalcore band.
Yes, best metalcore band.
I got Danny Schuler from Biohazard.
There you go. Speaking of Biohazard, and then best punk band.
We got the one and only Lars Fredriksson. He's going to be via satellite, as Ralph would say.
There you go. Best hardcore band.
The Godfather himself, Stigma, and along with Mike Gallo.
Yes.
Best beatdown hardcore band
will be Ray, Mazzola, and myself. Since Brick by Brick's not eligible for anything, I figured we'd throw us in as presenters,
Yeah, right on. And a very appropriate category as well. Best hardcore punk band. Now, so you have best punk band and best hardcore punk band and best hardcore band. How do you differentiate? What's best hardcore punk band?
Well, I mean, hardcore punk to me is the upbeat, more singing kind of style. Hardcore is more of like a Madball, kind of a little bit more aggressive, and then punk is punk,
Yeah. Okay.
I felt that there, when I was growing up, there was a gradation, like a progression, I guess you could say, when the metal started getting a little bit more infused,
Right. Okay, wait. Oh, this next one. Oh, wait, I got this next one. Hold on. Wait, I got this. I got a thing for it and everything. Here it is. Best metal video. There it is. Best metal video.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wonder who's presenting that one.
Yeah. Yep. I'm presenting this one.
That's right.
Best metal video. And I watched all these videos. I did my due diligence and I watched all 4 of these videos, and they're all great. So I'm really honored to be a part of this and really, really excited. So I will be presenting the award for best metal video.
Yeah, just a To back up a little bit, best hardcore punk band, we got Jimmy G presenting that one.
Ah,
Yes, Murphy's Law.
there
Absolutely.
you go.
Yep, hardcore right there.
Did I skip that by accident?
Well, we got talking about the gradation from punk to hard.
Okay. So did I skip? Wait, I did.
So we're on track now. So
Okay.
next one would be best live performance.
Yeah.
And we have Artie and Rob Smittix from Radio X, who also write for Extreme or Experience magazine, which is local. And these guys have reviewed so many live shows. We figured they would be a good candidate to judge who was, or to present who the best live performance was.
Yeah, and Artie's one of our partners on the show too. So I mean, I'm presenting an award. Mike will get there, but we're all each going to be presenting an award.
Michael LaRouche, yes, the award show itself is Saturday night. Yes, we, Incendiary Device, are playing the pre-show along with Brick by Brick and Extinction AD and a bunch of others the day before on the Friday. So really, it's a weekend. It's a Friday and a Saturday.
And then one thing we didn't mention is extrememusicawards.com. You can get all the information there, and we're on Facebook too and Instagram.
Yeah, and here, I'm sorry. I've been so busy jockeying things. Here's the Instagram right there. Go ahead, Mike.
And the other thing we mentioned, we didn't mention either, is it's $15 for both days.
Wow, what a deal.
Can't go wrong now.
Yeah, that's
keep it low. Keep it low. That's $7.50 a show. In case you don't have your calculator, all you math meddlers out there.
Yeah. Wow, 15 for both events. That's
$7.50 a day.
That's friggin' great, man.
It's 2024. That's cheap.
Yep. Most brutal mosh pit.
Yeah. Oof.
Well, I mean, so we have another video presentation on this from a friend of ours that is very familiar with mosh pits. I don't know. Should we drop the name, Ralph?
Via satellite, and no. If you're going to ask me, no, it's got to be a surprise. Something's got to be a surprise. Let's not let the cat out of the bag. All right, let's announce it Monday. Press release. Go ahead, man. Drop it. Yeah, I guess we should be exclusive announcement here.
Yeah, we got Tony Foresta from Municipal Waste.
Yeah.
Gonna call in and talk some shit.
Via satellite.
That's great.
Yeah.
Then we have best merch. That's a good one. Best merch.
Listen, there's some doozies out there, and the 518 gets pretty creative.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. But we got our very own green man there, Fuzz. He's going to be doing that.
And let me just say that nominated for best merch is Alloy Rain, The Erotics, right?
Yep.
Malefic, am I pronouncing that right?
Malefic, yeah.
Yeah, and Concrete.
And they're all four of them are different genres.
Right.
I like the best merchandise award, and in my mind, Fuzz has won the best merchandise presenter because Fuzz, why don't you tell him what you just did and why you have a very high credit line with Victoria's Secrets? Tell him, Fuzz, bring him up.
I decided that I was going to put out some That Fuzzing Rock Show panties, thongs. So I went to Victoria's Secret website and I bought 100 pairs of green and black thongs. I'm going to have them printed with my logo on them, and I'm going to sell them
with his face on them.
I'm like the bargain basement Gene Simmons of merch. So
there you go.
Perfect guy to give away the award.
The catch is that they're double XL thongs, though. That's the catch.
John Suski says, "What's up? What's up?"
Pre-warned by stuff.
Goes from extra small to double X. Don't worry, we cover everybody.
Kylie Spinelli says, "Send one home with Brendan for me."
Hey, there she is.
My girl.
Let me let me see what's left here. Album of the year.
Mr. Ralph Rena.
Yes, and I'm excited for that because
Yeah.
that's an important one. And you know, it was a tough category too because you know the way local bands are, some are just they're relevant and they play all the time, but they don't drop a lot of music, not a lot of records, not enough anyway. And there was only, you know, there was 4 narrowed down to, I don't know what we had, like 6. They narrowed it down to, the judges narrowed it down to 4, but that's exciting.
RS70 has a question. Will there be Extreme Music Award merch?
No. Unless Mike made like wrestling posters or something
All
like
right.
that. Mike, what should we make merch? Do you want?
Too late. It's too late. It's
Yeah,
too late now,
I
boys.
think we got enough on our plate right
Listen,
now.
if it was up to me, you know it would be a yes, but
Yeah.
it ain't up to me solely.
I know that. I know that there will be some things to give out. Motor Mountain's got some stuff. The radio station's got some stuff to give out. But no Extreme Music Awards merch. We should probably start a merch line, and we'll start with thongs. Fuzz knows where to get them.
Lifetime Achievement Award, and this is interesting. 25 plus years in the scene, and let me ask you. Now. It's Paul Ruckwind, Jeff Caro, John Glassbrenner, and Bob Riley. I know who Bob Riley is. He's not going to make it on the show today. Of course, typically he has the Riley curse when it comes coming on this show. I think that's the 3rd or 4th time we've tried to get him on the show with the same result. But tell me, who's Paul, who's Jeff, and who's John?
Well, Paul sung for a band in the mid '80s called China White, and China White was a cross between punk, glam, metal, Motorhead, Motley Crue. I mean, those guys did a lot. And you know, the guitarist and bass player Henry and Sean, God rest their souls, are no longer with us. But that band was pretty influential to me. Henry taught me how to play guitar when I was a kid. And also Jason Bittner played drums with him for a bit.
Oh, wow.
So,
of course.
So
Put a record out with them. Yep.
Yeah, Paul got nominated. Then Jeff Caro, again, he started in the mid to late '80s and has been in bands ever since. But he also plays in Malefic, which is a black metal band that's nominated for a couple things. Again, another elder with experience behind. And,
the 50 Club.
What's that?
The 50 Club. Over
That's
50
right.
Club. Yeah.
That's right.
Then you got John Glassbrenner, who he's been at it for 25 years. He plays in Pyrexia right now, along with Malefic and along with a band called Incontinence. He plays in like 5 bands, but the kid's busy and he's moving. He does what he has.
Working.
And then Bob Riley speaks for himself. Bob Riley is so underrated. Stigmata was so underrated. It's like, if it weren't for Bob Riley, half these bands probably wouldn't have began.
I wouldn't have been in a hardcore band if it weren't for Riley, and those Troy bands and all the bands in that era. So yeah, I felt the same way. What Mike said, I back 150%. It's spot on. And I don't remember if we had a couple extras. We had to narrow it down to 4, but those 4 for our scene, who might not be known, nationally, definitely everyone's going to be like, whoa, it's a tight call.
I have to say, shouting out Chris Contos, our good friend, formerly of Machine Head, now in Forbidden. Jason Bittner. Jason Bittner is kind of like the prodigal son of your area. I mean, yep. I met Bittner many, 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 many years ago when he was playing in Stigmata. He was a young guy. He had an incredible passion for his art. He stuck with it, and he made his way up through the ranks. And he's in Overkill now, and he was in Flotsam and Jetsam. And Bittner's really reached the promised land in a lot of ways, and we're really happy for him.
Yeah, I remember getting the phone call in like 1992 from Bittner. Yo, he goes, should I join this band Stigmata? I go, yeah, the fuck you better.
Pat Baldwin says Bob Riley's earlier band Cranial Abuse was great too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have the presenters for the Lifetime Achievement Award is going to be Bobby Blitz and Jason Bittner.
Oh wow, that's a good one. That's great. Best new band, less than 2 years in the scene. Alloy Rain, Flat Wounds, Confinement. Excuse me, Confinement 413, and Out of My Head.
Yep, and we're gonna have Mario and Kim from Upstate Records.
Oh yeah, good one. And then last but not least, best veteran band, 10 years in the scene. Tyrannize, The Erotics, Murderers Row, and Concrete.
Yep, we're gonna have Phil Demmel and Jack Gibson.
Oh wow!
And Jack Gibson plays in Exodus, and Phil Demmel's been in Machine Head. He's done stints with Slayer. He's done stints with Overkill. You know, Phil's definitely one of those. He's such a good guitar player. He can play anything. You know.
He's a grinder like you, Riz. He's out there. What's your take on Phil Demmel?
Oh, he's an excellent guitar player. He's incredible, man. He's an awesome dude. He's played with everybody, man. You know, everybody knows Phil, man. He's amazing. So stoked to be here and hang with all these guys. It's gonna be a real fun night.
Yeah, Phil's a real workhorse, man. That guy really, you know, yes, LaRoche. All these presenters are going to be there physically, as far as I understand, except for Lars and one other person,
Tony Foresta.
That's right.
And then we still have a couple other video call-ins for that day too that we'll just save for that day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Drew, getting back to what Riz just said about looking forward to hanging out with these guys. Another unique thing, I guess, about this is there's no velvet ropes. You know, these guys are not going to be like hidden in the back room somewhere and just come out for you. They're going to be milling around in the crowd. They're going to be hanging out with the crowd. I mean, they're going to be right there with people. So you get to meet all these guys. You'll be walking past Gary Holt. You know what I mean? It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense to me. Let me take a sponsor break real quick here. Sal, Riz, you guys are welcome to hang out. We'll take, if you're down, eventually we'll take some questions from anybody. I know if you're busy, you got to do your thing. I understand, but you're welcome to come back and hang out a bit and be a part of the conversation.
Cool.
Right on.
All right. I'll see. What's that, Mark?
I got a split, but I'll be tuning in now. So thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks, Riz. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Brendan, I'll see you in a bit. I'll see you in a bit. Fuzz, I'll see you in a bit. Sal, you going to come back?
Yeah, I'm going to stick around.
All right. I'll see you in a bit. Riz, good to see you, brother. How's things at El Nino?
Great, man. We're just home for the holidays. You know, we're getting this new record out, and hopefully New Year have a bunch of shows, So
good. I'll see you next week, bro. I'll see you out on the ball field next week.
All right, bro. I can't wait. Thanks for having me, man.
Take care. My pleasure. Okay. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. Is everybody okay in the chat room? Yeah, Contos. Riz in the house. Is that right? Where's Uncle Sam rehearsing? Where's Uncle Sam rehearsing, Valente?
Oh, they're in upstate New York.
Ah, okay.
So,
got
basically,
it.
So Uncle Sam is a band that plays Slayer, Anthrax, Megadeth, and Metallica covers.
Okay.
So starting the show off. So once doors open, they'll be playing for about 45 minutes or so, just so people walk into some music, get the vibe going.
Got it.
And then at the end, they're providing their equipment, and there's going to be an all-star jam at the end. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in detail after the break.
All
We'll get
right.
into the whole thing. That said, listen, let me where's my promo? Let me do my promo. Let's talk about a couple upcoming shows, and then we'll bring everybody back on. We'll take some questions from around the world.
What it do? Welcome to
what we
NYHC
do.
Comics at 117 Main Street, Dobbs, Surrey, New York. I'm Debo the Pro with my homie.
Lee Farley.
Welcome to the spot. Specializing in yesterday's and today's comic books, rare CGCs, toys, collectibles.
Got skateboards, old school tapes, Magic the Gathering, Warhammer.
Video games, original art pieces by your favorite New York City and worldwide artists. Let's go. Skate decks all day, baby.
We also have the young reader section here for like 10 and under. Pops. People love the Pops.
Star Wars. We are New York hardcore. We always rep the scene. Let's get it on.
Will that be cash or in debt?
Do you mean debit?
Yes. Sorry. Another eternally satisfied customer.
Hey guys, Vlad from Organic Grill. As you can see, we're in new location on West 3rd Street, right by Blue Note and Comedy Central. The place is bigger, kitchen is bigger, we have more varieties, more food. We are looking forward to treat you guys with great dishes. All Hardcore Chronicles, welcome to Organic Grill. We are going to serve all the events as we usually do, and we are happy to see you guys.
Since 1992, Generation Records has been a mainstay of the New York metropolitan area music scene. Today, they offer a diverse selection of new and used rock, jazz, indie, hip-hop, punk, hardcore, metal, blues, soundtrack, and reggae LPs, as well as t-shirts, posters, and other merchandise. They buy used record collections and music memorabilia and will pay you top dollar for them. House calls made for large collections in the tri-state area. Call or email generationrecords@gmail.com and follow them on Facebook and Instagram.
And we're back. So New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. Couple of things. Let me upload this real quick since we had sort of an early mishap. Yeah. This Sunday. Come on. This Sunday, Glenn Cummings will be on the show. January 7th, co-hosted by Howie Abrams, Scatterbrain, Ludachrist, Stone Deep. A couple days after that, Mike from Riot will be on the show, co-hosted by Joel Ghostin, with Damian Colledy from, he's a filmmaker who just did a documentary about them. Wednesday, January 24th is Dickie Barrett, formerly of the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, currently of the Defiant. Pete Stahl of Scream is Wednesday, January 31st. Yo, Mike from I Hate God is on Sunday, February 4th. Just announced this yesterday. Incredible photographer, early LA punk and hardcore scene, Allison Braun, will be on the show February 11th. And this is yet to be announced. You are hearing it here first. Sunday, February 25th, CBGB 50th anniversary show with Hilly Crystal's son, Dana Crystal, will be on the show. That's a good one right there. Sunday, February 25th, CBGB 50th anniversary show with Dana Crystal. So a lot going on with that. Also want to remind you, this Sunday after the Glenn show with Howie. ID is playing with Verbal Assault at St. Vitus. So come on out if you are in town. I also want to announce Paul Bearer, the Reverend Paul Bearer's birthday social on Friday, January 12th at the Meadows in Brooklyn. Sheer Terror, Wisdom in Chains, Top Shotter Band, Liberty and Justice, and Toys, Tired of Your Shit. That's Paul Bearer's birthday bash at the Meadows on January 12th. Of course, the Extreme Music Awards is the next day, the 13th, and we're playing the pre-party the 12th as well. We've been talking about that. ID and Nervous Triggers, we're doing punk rock karaoke with the guys from Bad Religion, Circle Jerks, Pennywise, Dickies, and Goldfinger down in Jersey at Salty's Bar in Beach Bar in Lake Como. Sunday, January 21st, all ages free matinee at Bowery Electric with Tension, Winter Wolf, Redwoods, Dragons at Noon, and the Give Ups. Sunday, February 18th, Roberto's birthday bash at the Bowery Electric, free all ages Sunday matinee with non-residents, ID, The Long Wait, featuring members, ex-members of SSD, Slapshot, and Wrecking Crew, Crazy Eddie, and Neck Scars. And we just announced this the other day, Sunday, February 21st, Fahrenheit 451, Kings Never Die, Brick by Brick, the Car Bomb Parade, Faded Line. That is also at the Bowery Electric on Sunday, April 21st. And then, of course, Memorial Day weekend, back in our beloved Tompkins Square Park, Rebelmatic, ID, and non-residents. So that said, I also want to remind everybody the show needs support now more than ever. Serious delirious. I don't want to get into all the details, but please support the show on Patreon. There's a $2 tier, a $5 tier. Show needs your support. A bunch of content, unique content to the Patreon page. You get free stuff. Please support the show through Patreon. There's been a sort of an ebb and a flow for support to the show, and we need support right about now. So please, if you were previously a patron, come on back. We miss you. If you've yet to be, don't be shy. If you enjoy the show, please support the show, man. Show needs your support. There's also a PayPal page there if you want to make a one-time contribution. There's also a super chat function that you could do right here. If you have a burning question, you could ask it in a super chat function. If you're watching the show in rerun, please subscribe to the show right there. And please, I'm told, please like the show and share as well. That said, I think I just covered a lot. I just speaking of patrons. You know what? I want to say, speaking of patrons and people that have supported this show above and beyond the Call of Duty, sadly, after the show, as soon as the show's over, I'm heading out to Long Island to go to Mike Gibbons from Leeway's wake. And he was a great supporter of this show, and we miss him dearly. So, heading out to Mike's wake after this, it's a very sad instance. Great guy, incredible guitar player, and he was a patron and a great supporter of the show. So please, if you can, support the show. Yeah, Mikey's gone. Sucks. And heading out to the wake after this in my never-ending action-packed life. It's one thing after the other. So yeah, being a patron is important. It really is. It enables me to keep doing the show. Rest in peace, Mike Gibbons. Your music will live on forever. Absolutely. Let's clear the deck. Let's bring our guests back on. Mike Valente, who is not Chris Jericho, Brendan Manley, Sal Lococo, Ralph. Am I forgetting anybody? Oh, and Fuzz. There you go.
Fuzz.
Yeah, it sucks, man. I'm going to Mikey's wake after this. So
yeah, geez.
Yep.
I'm speechless, man. I just talked to him through Messenger a few months ago when the documentary came out. He got back to me. We were just chatting a little bit, but I haven't seen him in a long time. And first night on the air this past Monday, I'm able to do a little metal and hardcore feature on my radio show, and we paid tribute to Leeway. So if anybody wants that segment, just email me, ralph.rena@gmail.com. I'll send it over to you. People have been asking. Can't post it online, they copyright stuff, but to air it was fine.
He was just on the show 11 weeks ago.
Yep.
Which is pretty fucking wild. Back to the task at hand. Valente, tell us about this all-star jam that's happening after the award show.
Well, Jason Bittner really helped me put this together. He spoke to Blitz, and he asked me if I wanted to jam a couple Overkill tunes with them, and I said, hell yeah. So we spoke to Uncle Sam, who's the cover band that's going to be performing. So they didn't mind lending their equipment. So the 2 songs from Overkill turned into a couple other songs. Stigma and Gallo are going to perform. I think Bob Riley's going to be singing Crucified with them.
Sal, are you in on that?
I'm sorry?
Sal, are you in on that?
I'm doing something. I know Bittner has me doing something.
Yeah. Jason Bittner is the conductor on this whole thing.
The heavy metal conductor, yep.
So I'm just going to kind of paraphrase what's going on. I know there's going to be a Motorhead song being played, a couple of Judas songs. So it's definitely going to be a fun time, and we're just going to keep it loose and have fun with it.
One time only, though.
One time only.
One night only. This is to end the night. And we were just going to end the award show and just, all right, let's hang out and play music through Spotify.
Yeah, I was going to have Uncle Sam play, for another hour, and while everybody just mingled. But Bittner's like, nope, we want to play. And I know Matt from Hatebreed's going to do South of Heaven with the band.
Wow, good one.
So it's going to be fun.
I'm looking forward to that, and that's part of the reason when I was talking to my gal, I was like, I think let's just get that hotel room for the second night, because I want to hang out for that, and I don't want to be like I have to get in the car, and drive in the middle of the night, back to the city.
Yep.
So let's just fuck it. It's only money. Let's just get the hotel room for the next. So this way we could be there for it and really have a good time,
Yep,
Drew, people they'll probably never see these combinations on stage ever. This is going to be a one-time deal where, and it's people that don't normally play together. So you're not going to want to miss this for sure.
Yeah. It's kind of almost like that Roadrunner United thing.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. And here it is. And incredibly, if you want to follow what's going on IG, it's at the Extreme Music Awards. And incredibly, this is affordably priced. So there's no excuse why anybody in that area cannot come and support this event. This is like
$7.50 a night.
Listen,
anybody from the tri-state area should come down and support.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Listen, you cheap fucks. There's no reason for you not to come up and support this thing if you're anywhere in the 518 area. This is priced, right, Mike? This is basically this is the no excuse price.
It's
like
85 cents per percenter.
Yep.
Hey, Drew, if you look at it that way, it's $15 for both nights, which is cheap. This is probably like a $60 show. So with that extra money that you have, you can support Drew's Patreon and go buy the new Incendiary Device record that's out now on Bridge 9 Records.
Well, what else are we selling here?
Don't worry about us. We're financially stable in this band. We're just doing this for fun. What's more important is buy band's merchandise.
Yeah. Buy the band's merch on the 12th. Yep. And very important. I just want to mention again in the comments while we were on break, I went through and put some links for EmpireLiveAlbany.com, for ExtremeMusicAwards.com, for 518scene.com, for 93.9 WABY.com, and for ThatFuzzingRockShow.com, and for RadioX.com, because that's the 5 of us that are doing that, and MotorMountainOffroad.net. I'll have to throw that in next, but check the comments.
Brendan, I think like the amount, and you mentioned it before, but the sponsorship that came to the party to support this thing is really awesome, really respectable.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's amazing. All 5 of us really kind of went out to our own little neck of the woods in the 518 and talked to a bunch of people and got them excited about this. And I think that the response was better than any of us imagined it was going to be. We had to start almost kind of thinking about capping it and kind of turning people away at some point because the interest was so high. It was great. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's always nice when people come to the party, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that there's not a lot of advertising opportunities that are really kind of targeted towards our community specifically, at least up here,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And I think that geez, we have so many tattoo studios alone, right, in the 518. You know,
Yeah.
that's just enough right there. And every if we can get every tattoo studio and I don't know, motorcycle store on board, we'll be good.
You know what though, 518 guys, I think something like this, when you do an event like this, it brings a lot of people into the local economy. Is that fair to say, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, every penny helps. I mean, it's not easy to keep the doors open at a venue, especially one that's got 2 different rooms, one which is a 1,000 cap room. I mean, people understand the expenses behind running a venue, let alone having a restaurant next to the venue or a hotel across the street from the venue. It's like everybody relies on each other in that community, and if there's no shows, there's no people there.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, but like you said, having a show like this gives an excuse for clowns like me to spend 2 days in that hotel and to frequent the restaurants, and I got to go out in the morning and get my girl coffee and all that, you know. So it really, it's good locally for everything, and hopefully conceptually it'll enable you guys, to keep it going. It won't be a 1 year thing, a one year thing, which, you know, a lot of these things, that are not, don't come off great, they end up being a year or 2 maybe.
We didn't work this hard for this to be a 1 year thing.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of something that's going to just grow even bigger than this.
Yeah, we already have stuff on deck for next year.
Good.
And it's like I said, nobody said no. The only no's that I got were, sorry, I'll be on tour.
Right.
Or it's like, okay, hey, how about next year? Absolutely. So it's like, and we're trying to think of a way to kind of not raise the bar, but include like that next level band in this too. So I mean, there's definitely stuff in the distance that we're going to try and tackle for next year.
Yeah. Did Ralph, did you just send me something?
No.
Okay. I'll
no.
No.
Unless you're looking at the our personal private chat, but no.
No. I'm just seeing what this is.
Dick pic.
Hey, Chris.
No.
Chris, we can arrange a kidnapping for you. Just, if you want to be there, we can arrange a kidnapping.
It was Lars. It's Lars from Rancid. Sorry, man, the day got away from me, and I'm still out and about. All right, Lars, we love you, bro.
We'll see you soon, Lars. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
We'll see you. We'll see you. At the event. I'm sorry, Ralph. You were saying something?
No, you were asking me if I sent you something, and Lenny said it was a dick pic, and I said
yeah.
no.
Hey, hey, Mike, are you Are you performing at all during this thing?
Well, we're doing the pre-party, and then I'm going to be doing a couple songs with Bobby Blitz, Jason Bittner, Jack Gibson. I think Mark Rizzo is also going to play guitar for a couple Overkill songs.
Well, that's
pretty
exciting.
sweet.
So yeah, I'm excited, and Overkill was one of the first metal bands that I really got into from the underground back in the early '80s, and I cultivated a friendship with them guys. My old band, it was a thrash band. Attica played with them frequently. We did like a mini tour with them, and I even went so far as to submit a tape for an audition for them. So it's kind of a little full circle for me. So it's pretty cool.
It's it's exciting when things work out that way. A lot of that's happened in my life as well. Just and Mike, I can relate. You know what it is? You have a great work ethic, Mike, and you really do. And I commend you on it. And guys like you and me, we grind, and eventually things come full circle.
Yeah, it's amazing. And when it happens, it just pushes me to do things. Pushes me further. And I don't. It's really good. And this is the feeling that I want to convey to all the bands that actually work hard that don't get the recognition. I would rather see all these bands getting a smile on their face from getting nominated for an award than my band getting something. I mean, I know what we're capable of. It's who cares? It's like I'd rather see my friends get the accolades.
Yeah, I think it works the same because Mike's booking the bands and hooking them up. I get to play them on the radio. Fuzz gets to interview them. Brendan's out there covering their show, and Radio X is doing the same thing with Experience Monthly. So we're all kind of fighting for the underdog. And I mean, it's Capital Underground. That's why I named it that, Capital Underground. And when they brought that name to me, I was like, perfect. It fits, and it's still. Even though we all kind of veered our own way and did other things over the years, we all came around full circle. So this is huge for all of us,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's great. It's local. It's your family. It's good. It's good stuff, man. It's really good stuff. That said, if anybody has any questions for any of our guests, please post now. Anything, go deep, get weird. It's okay. Any questions you have, any perspective you'd like to lend, we're going to do a couple more minutes. I got to get out a little early today for reasons I explained before. But any questions, please don't be shy. Let it fly. Let's see what they got out there. And if you guys, if I've missed anything, who's crunching like that? Hold
on. I'm not eating anything.
Nope, man, not me.
Sounds like someone chewing.
No, wait. Is it? It's not. Who is that? Is that
not
you,
me.
Sal? No. All right. Somebody. I don't know who that is.
Drew, I think one of the best things about this is when we announced the nominees, just to see on the Facebook feed the amount of support that the bands have for the other bands. They were all congratulating each other. They were proud that they were nominated. That was a great feeling in and of itself, just to see that. And it's like
I watched when you guys did it. I actually watched when you guys did that live stream. It was fantastic the way that you guys did it. I enjoyed it. It was really good.
Done.
Yeah. Here's a couple of questions. Hegs asks, was there anybody you couldn't get?
The word couldn't is a loaded word. So we could get them, but they already had prior commitments for this weekend. So without dropping any names, we're hopefully gonna get them for next year.
Okay. Right. Paul asks, is the event being live streamed online?
It's not going to be live streamed. We're talking about recording it though and making it available after the fact.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to live stream it because then the cheap fucks won't pay the $7.50 a night.
$7.50. Come on, what the fuck?
That's just it. Yeah, that's it.
That
That's
you can
funny.
feed this musician.
You know, one thing we didn't bring up too, which was cool, was I reached out. After Valenti reached out to all those people, Sal and Mark and everybody, and got them to do the award show. I reached out to a bunch of people just to have them make those videos. Be like, hey man, we want to post some video, and everybody came through for us. But bands that are in our scene, there's a few of them that are pissed off. I'm sure. I haven't heard anything because they didn't get nominated.
There's always that.
But there was one band, the Hard Luck Souls, and I'm going to give them props. They're a great rock band from the area. They made a video like, we weren't nominated, but we're still going, support local music. And I thought that was amazing that they would go out of their way to still promote it, buy tickets and go and be happy for everyone else. So that's the general
hats off to
feel.
them.
Hats off to them.
Yeah,
one thing to make clear is too, and everybody in the 518 has been victims of, some nonsense. And, our books are open, and, we have notes from every one of our meetings. We have, everything chronologically in order. So if somebody wants to call, call rats on us, then, this was such an honest and the best process that we could come up with to make sure that everybody was included and that there was no bullshit behind the scenes.
And the idea came to Mike from an unfair place. So the only thing we could do was make this as fair as possible. So it's in the books.
I mean, that's all you can do.
That's it.
It's like, that's all you can do is go through the process. It's like, making a documentary. Hey, look who just showed up.
Bittner right there.
There's Bittner.
Hi, Jay.
Hey, Bittner.
Hi, Jay.
Where are my pedals, Chris Contos? Bittner, we were just talking about you, man. You're the prodigal son of 518, man.
Yeah. Thank you, Jay Bittner, for all you've done for us, man. And this is going to be a really cool thing he put together. We just got done talking about it. And we called you the metal conductor, the extreme metal conductor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look for it. Bittner says, I'm hiding, Ralph. I'm just here to bust Contos' balls. Yeah, well.
Lurk away.
There you go.
We welcome that. For
sure. Listen, you're doing God's work, as they say. But, in the end, you can't please everybody. There's always somebody that it's like doing a documentary film about a scene. You got to cut it off somewhere.
Yep.
There always is a cutoff point. When I made the New York Hardcore Chronicles film, or when I made the Boss, I'm not doing a 10-hour film about every single band that ever existed. And when you're doing a show like this, there's 4 nominees for each category. There has to be a cutoff point. So, but hopefully the way I always look at it is, there's a lot more good in it. There's a lot more people that see the good in it than people that feel disgruntled. And in the end, that carries weight. And then hopefully, the people that are disgruntled, when the merry-go-round comes back around again, like you said, next year, hopefully they'll be a part of it.
Yeah, I was just assuming that there is, but I've not heard 1 ounce of negative feedback about this.
No, it's all been
I haven't
positive.
heard one pissed off band. Everybody's ready to go, and everybody's excited.
Yeah.
And Drew, back to what you were saying about nominations. When we had our nomination meeting, originally we were going to do 3 nominees at every. We had to do 4.
Yeah.
Because the field was so stacked, the list was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And as far as like the judging and stuff goes, it was down to the wire on a lot of them. There was a couple that were runaways, but it was down to the wire on a lot of them. Lot of them. So, and I have, listen, right here, these are all your winners right here. All right.
They are.
It's all in here, sealed up from the law offices of Fister, and Gash. All right.
Oh God.
All right here. They're sealed. They're going to be sent off to a warehouse somewhere in the Midwest, and they're going to be safekeepings until the night of the show. So if you want to see who wins, come on out, guys. $15. It's easy.
Yeah, make sure you don't have any of that. Make sure you nobody, whoever's handing out those envelopes isn't too hammered, because, or you end up with that thing that happened with like Faye Dunaway and Warren Beatty when they announced the wrong person was the winner.
We have plenty of checks and balances in space.
There'll be room for
no
mistakes.
way.
We're not perfect, but we have a pretty cool show planned out. You know, Mike has got it down with booking shows. I'm a production audio video guy, so's Fuzz. So we're really getting into and all creating. And then Mondays when we really I'm like, holy shit, everything's got to be done by Wednesday. And then we got to kind of get in there and test it out. But yeah, we got a big production and a show to go along with all this hype. So it's got to be big. And the awards that Mike had made for these are very special. And we have not shown anybody those. And that will be something you will see the night of the awards. And it is definitely cool. It's not some dollar store fucking frame with a fake record in it. It's real award. Like you would be handed a fucking Grammy.
That's
Whoa,
nice,
here's my
man.
Extreme Music Award. So that's something we're really proud of too.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I know, from what I've done, the few accolades that I received, I cherish them. You know what I mean? Those mean a lot to me in my world, so that's awesome that the question, who decided the winners? RS70 asks.
Good question.
So the nominees were chosen by a voting process of fans, and
online.
We limit to one vote per IP address. And so that's how we got the nominees. The nominees in turn were there was a panel of 11 judges, 5 of us, the 4 that you see here plus Artie, and then we had 6 other judges, and they're all people that are either involved with the scene some way, but do not have a direct link to any band.
Right.
So, for example, Joe Kaiser, the bass player of Skinless, was going to be a judge. But once his band got nominated, we had to get rid of him. We said, sorry, you can't be a judge. He's like, oh, well, it is what it is. See you later.
Right.
You're kicked out, Joe, but we love you.
Yeah, we love Joe.
Best death metal band, Skinless, of course they're going to be nominated, man,
Shouting out from Sworn Enemy, Mike Pooch.
Pooch.
What up,
Looking
Mike?
forward to seeing you, Pooch. We'll see you up. We'll see you up on the ball field next weekend. I was so I'm so honored and excited to be handing out the award for best metal video. I watched all 4 videos. It was cool. I didn't know a couple of these bands. I know Carl's band. Of course, Carl, who was previously in Earth Crisis.
Yeah.
And but I enjoyed seeing all these bands, and I coming from a music video background myself, I'm looking forward to handing out that award.
I saw Freya play with 50 Cent. Remember that, Mike?
Oh yeah.
Remember that? You remember it was Hatebreed and 50 Cent and
what?
Fucking Freya and The Promise and Buzzkey's band, The Promise, all those guys.
Oh, yeah.
It was a SUNY thing. It was a college thing, and they brought hip hop and hardcore all together.
Yes, they're trophies, right, Mike? They are awards.
They're trophies, yeah.
Jason Bittner asks, Sal, are you ready for the jam?
I'm good to go.
Yeah. Why not?
I should throw a shout out too to our publicist who we didn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Big Picture Media is our publicist, and they are huge sponsor partners with us for this. And you might know Drew. Paul Travers from Grudgeholder, singer from Grudgeholder, is the COO over at Big Picture Media, so he's been our guy. So we've even had you know, kind of a hardcore scene veteran involved, even on the PR end of things too.
Yeah, and he's done a great job. And I just saw we got an email for him today. He's like, "What are we doing for the last push?" So that's something we got to decide.
Yeah,
Monday too, or actually before then. But there's still a lot of work to be done, and man, until it's over with, it's not over with till January 14th for me.
Is it 21 and up, or is this something like this all ages?
It's technically it's 16 and over with ID. Under 16 can be there with a parent.
Under 16 with a parent. Yep.
LaRouche, Drew talked Bobby Blitz into doing the show. You know, we've approached him in a couple different angles. So maybe I'll ask Bittner to put in a word. He's one of those guys that's been a
You're
little.
You're going to see him in a couple weeks.
Listen, everybody does this show sooner or later.
That's right, Blitz. Let's go.
Even those that swore they would never do it have done it. So after 300, Bittner asks, Mike, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You getting your chops together?
My chops have been there. They never lost.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, good. Yeah, people. Yeah, there is a contingent of people that do want to see Bobby Blitz on this show.
He'd definitely be a great interview. He was a great interview in 1989. I'm sure today would be awesome.
We'll make that happen.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. Bittner says, Mike asked me to ask him, and I asked. He's doing it as a favor for me for my birthday.
Oh, thank you, Jay.
There you go. Okay, so cool. In conclusion, let me just say, everybody out there, that the pre-show is the 12th.
January
And
12th.
a bunch of great bands, January 12th, a bunch of great bands are playing. And then the actual Extreme Music Awards is January 13th at Empire Live. It is going to be a heck of a night. Tickets are perversely cheap, affordable for everybody. Bring the wife and kids, as long as the kid's over 16. Anything you want to add? Fuzz, I'll start with you.
You're never going to see anything like this in this area again. If you miss it, you've been warned. Believe me, you guys are going to see stuff. At the end of the night, you're going to see combinations of people on stage that you've never seen before and you'll never see again. But $15, 2 shows, Friday and Saturday night. Come on out, hang out with us. It's going to be a good time, and you guys can hang out with everybody, presenters, everybody. Everybody's going to be hanging out, so it's going to be a good time.
Right on, Brendan. Anything?
0518. We rock, and I think that people think we're a bunch of hillbillies up here in upstate New York, but we're really not. we know how to bring it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bob Riley for trying again. Riley sent me. He said,
"What's up, Sap?" There he is, Steven Passanella.
Man, I don't get it. I've done 3 to 4 different shows from my phone, no problem. Why is it just your show? It's just not meant to be.
We love you, Riley.
We love you. Hey, Sal, anybody you want to thank? Shout out.
I'd like to thank everybody. I'm a thankful person. Shout out to all you up there for including me, Sworn Enemy, and all of this. So it's a big honor and appreciate it a lot. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Valente, final word, and any words of inspiration or wisdom. And before you start, Charles Woodard says Uncle Sam is ready and excited.
Yes, Chuck. Yes. I just want to say, bear with us. This is our first time doing anything like this. So there's going to be mistakes. We're going to have fun. We're going to roll through it. It is what it is. DIY till I die.
Good. I'm looking forward to seeing all you guys in upstate New York next weekend. All right.
I just have one question for Mike.
Please.
Mike, is there going to be enough booze in the place?
Come on.
He's got gummies. He's got booze. Mike's a walking drugstore, liquor store.
Challenge accepted.
You want a hoodie? We got a hat. What do you need?
Oh, here's
We'll
a
keep
good
you
one.
warm. We'll get you wasted.
It's a good one.
Every time me and Mike get together in Albany, it's usually like a couple of bottles disappear.
Hey, Charles Woodard, this one's for you. Is Uncle Sam nervous to be playing Slayer in front of Gary Holt?
Good one.
What do you say, Charles? Chuck, you know,
Nah,
that
they're a
would
great
make me a
band.
little, that's nervous. That would make me, that's like me directing a film in front of like Martin Scorsese or something. I'd be a little nervous, you know.
I can say, Drew, Uncle Sam does it right. So they have nothing to be nervous about. They do it right. They bring it. So
cool.
They're veteran musicians up here too, and their own band, Deveria, they're up for a couple of awards actually, and it's just we got a strong scene when it comes to metal, hardcore, and punk, and they're all going to get recognized. And Sal, we'll see you at the show. Mike, I'm sure I'll talk to you in 5 minutes. Drew, respect. I'm so honored to be on this show, but I am 53 years old, and I've been holding my pee for like 2 hours.
I'm trying.
It's fun. He does that. That's
While we were on the podcast.
Hey, Fuzz, I'll see you up there.
Yeah, bro. I can't wait, man. Thank you.
Take care. Brendan, I'll see you up there, man.
See you soon. Thank you for having me.
All right. Sal, my man, I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you in a bit.
Always a pleasure, Drew. Thank you so much for having me, man.
Thank you so much for coming on again.
Later, Sal.
Yes. Later, guys.
All right, Mike. Well, there you go. Good one. That was great.
Amazing.
And I think, you got it, Chuck. Thank you, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys play. So that's good. Let me know what's up. Let me know when I'm presenting. I'm looking forward to playing with you guys a week from Friday.
Oh yeah,
brick by brick and ID down there in the garage. Hard.
It's gonna be fun. Definitely.
I'll see you later, Mike. Thank you,
brother. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Take care. Well, there you have it. The Extreme Music Awards. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. And we are sponsored by blah, 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 and the Texas Silver Rush. They're a jewelry design firm and boutique store located in the birthplace of the Texas country music scene in Fredericksburg, Texas. They specialize in working with musicians in all music genres to design and create unique one-off pieces, as well as the style and for stage, album covers, promo photos, and social media exposure. Their client list includes Rock and Roll Hall of Famers Greg Rollet, Ringo Starr, and of course, Agnostic Front. Information on online sales are being taken at their Facebook and Instagram pages, and of course, www.thetexassilverrush.com. Last but not least, come on now. Upstate Records is a New York-based DIY independent metal and hardcore label founded in 2019. They broke into the scene with their inaugural 26-band compilation, and since then have churned out close to 100 releases in their brief 5-year history. With such notable artists as Leeway, NYHC, Sub-Zero, Brick by Brick, Fear of 5 as part of their roster, they maintain a focus on elevating upcoming artists that have the work ethic to take their music to the next level. Upstate Records also has an extensive collection of distro items from labels around the world, and recently penned an exclusive distribution partnership with none other than Century Media. Check them out at www.upstaterecordsnewyork.com. Hey, I want to thank and shout out. See, this is the cause and effect thing about this show that is so important. Like, you know, the show's taking a little dip right now, support-wise. And I hate to say this, but, you know, incredible supporters of the show, like Mike Gibbons, like Anthony Mio, the original drummer for Biohazard, sadly have passed on, and they were big patrons of this show. So, you know, the show needs your support now more than ever. There's a Patreon page, but I want to thank Mark Borg, who just sent a little PayPal bump. Mark Borg, New York Hardcore Chronicles. Hey, thanks, man. Your thanks for that contribution. It's needed, honestly, right now as we march forward into the new year, 3 years into this thing. So please, if you can't be a patron, make a contribution, buy the book if you can. There's the PayPal address. That said, don't be a lurker. Join Patreon. yet another interesting show. It was a cool conversation with a bunch of great guys. Thanks, Hegs. Hegs, I need to talk to you. I have an idea for Rampage Fest 6. We probably should reach out to Ezak and Crown of Thorns at this point. So let's talk about that. Let's reach out. Let's. Yes, Hegs, you are a supporter since the start. Ralph, thank you, bro, and I'm looking forward to coming up to Albany, and I'm honored to be a part of the Extreme Music Awards 2024 with you guys. Did you guys see that we got a CBGB's 50th anniversary show? And we also just announced the Allison Braun show. So there's lots going on. Thank you, Lori Dawn. We do. Yeah, Crown of Thorns. Let's bring him into the Bowery for a free show, right? Why not? If you're in New York, ID is playing this Sunday at St. Vitus with Verbal Assault, Rhode Island Hardcore Legends, End of Hope featuring Davey Gunner of Kraut, and the Ex-Pollutants, Ex-Bold. So come on through this Sunday if you wanna see some ID stuff. We're hot right now. We're hot. Playing great shows and getting along. So enjoy it while you can. Robert Hogg in Scotland, of course, man. You've been there since the beginning, bro. You are one of the guys that have been there since the beginning and is still there. Believe me, it does not go unnoticed, my friend. You know, it really does not go unnoticed. And I appreciate it. I'd say let's do suggestions on who you want to see on the show, but I got so many last time. I'm working on those. So there you go. Contos, what's up, man? Yo, I saw you guys are playing with Biohazard, some big killer festival out your way. I gotta come out to that. So happy for you, Contos. So happy for you, brother. You know, Rick Healy, 25 to life. I hope you're okay, brother. And I hope you're enjoying the show. So yeah. Why the drop in support? The show, you know, there's an ebb and a flow to this thing. Listen, during the pandemic, there was so much support for the show. It was unbelievable. Between sponsorship and patrons, it was just an avalanche. You know, but you know, there's an ebb and a flow to this stuff. You know, people come and go. People's credit card on Patreon, people's credit cards expire, or they wander off, or God forbid, people pass away. So, you know, that's why it comes and it goes. But we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. 300 shows in. The crazy thing is, like I said, the 365th show is not that far off. And that means 1 year of my life has been spent doing this show. Is that what it is, Contos? May 4th, the Omega Fest. I saw that. You guys are killing it, man. Forbidden is just killing it, man. You know? Good stuff, man. Really, really good stuff. Let me see. Did I miss anything? I guess not. Hey, we're working on Bobby Blitz. We'll get him. I'll see him. I'll see him at the award show. You know. Oh man. Well, thank you. Just updated to the next page. You know. Thank you, man. It means a lot. It's like the call goes out that the show needs support and people respond. You know. Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. What else? Meredith. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. The show brings me joy, and the show brings you joy. So I'm lucky to be doing it, and it doesn't go unnoticed. Yeah, May 5th is your birthday. I know we got to figure out what the fuck we're doing for Rampage Fest 6, man. You know? Yeah, Zetro from Exodus. Here we go. It's on now. Who do you want to see on the show? Yeah. Yeah, do me a favor, Contos. Tell Bobby at NAMM. Be like, yo, you got to do, everybody, you got to do the show, bro. I'm saying, fuck you thinking, man? Happy thoughts tonight. Well, I'm going to need them. We got an hour and 45-minute drive to Mike Gibbons' wake and then an hour and 45-minute drive back. It's a sad trip, you know, going to see a fallen soldier, you know. And Gibbons was just on the show 11 weeks ago. That always comes up. Jock from GBH always comes up. And I've tried. I got to get back on the super focus with that, you know. We haven't had any GBH guys on the show. Please, Contos, thanks. Well, Larry Kelly, he was my friend. He was a lot of people's friend. Mike Gibbons played guitar on the iconic Desperate Measures Leeway and on Born to Expire. And his music lives forever. So, you know, rest in peace, Mike. Yeah, Richard Hell, you think? Fucking love to have Richard Hell on this show. Anyone from the Subhumans? Sure. Abso-fucking-lutely. Hey, that said, I'm gonna let me clear the deck here. You know, I'm gonna quickly eat something and run out the door. Astoria Lou is on his way over. You know, we got a long ride out to Long Island. So thanks again, everybody. Alec Mackay. I reached out to Alec recently. That's on the agenda, Pat. That's one that will happen eventually. Heg says it fucking kills me. Mikey was such a stand-up guy. I'll fucking miss him. The psycho. Rest in peace, Mikey. Absolutely. Yep. Rick Healy says Mike was down to earth. Yo, Stone, give Mike's wife my best. I will, Rick. I will. Hey, once again, great show. Thanks a lot. I'll see you on Wednesday. Glenn Cummings is on the show on Wednesday from Scatterbrain, Ludacris, and Stone Deep. This will be co-hosted by our good friend and my neighbor, Mr. Howie Abrams. So there you go. Until next time, do good things. And good things will come to you.